Hey guys, I wanted to come to you tonight, do a little video about things you can do for the new year. A lot of things you can do for the new year I could mention, but I want to focus on something in particular. So I keep a protection jar of herbs for my house. And okay, not for my house, for around my house. And I surround my property in it. And I do this about every 3 months. We have a new house that has yet to have its protection laid, and it's the new year. So I thought I'd give you my recipe. I did it already, and I have done this before and given you the recipe as I mixed it. But this is a new jar, and this is my new mix. So here's the jar. I use this jar every time. And you'll notice it's quite full because it will take most of it to go around this property. It's huge. And it just says home protection jar. That's all. Anyway, I want to tell you what's in the jar. And I'm going to give you a couple of recipes for things that you can add to it in case of. So, home protection jar of herbs is, of course, got sage in it. Sage is really important when it comes to protecting. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep the light out of my glasses so it's not bugging you guys. So sage is number one. You're going to want that for protection. Then you're going to want some coffee. Then coffee is to keep you alert of what's going on around your property. And it also speeds up any kind of other spells you've got going on. Cayenne you want to use because it's a caution or a warning to anyone who may have malice towards your property or yourself or your home or your people. It sends out a warning. It gives people a red door. They don't want to cross that. Snakeskin ground up will keep your home invisible, unnoticeable. People won't be interested in it. I'm sorry, my hair is flying all over the place from this little heater I've got in here. So it's an invisibility thing. Bay leaf I use a lot of because it promotes success. I gotta turn this heater off. It's driving me nuts. Okay. So bay leaf promotes success, and you want success in your household, of course. Rosemary drives away negativity, counteracts all bad spells. You want rosemary. You don't want any bad spells coming at you. And you want to drive away all the negativity you can. Thyme is for prosperity and stability. Sorry, my glasses. Is for prosperity and stability. Star anise is protection and purification, as is allspice. Ginger is for health and luck. Clove is for success. Basil is for exorcism of anything unwanted. It exorcises anything you don't want, keeps it away. Spits it out, so to speak. Not necessarily keeps it away, but okay. Then lavender for, of course, peace and serenity. Same with St. John's wort, calming and peace. Black salt. Use a lot of black salt. Black salt is a very strong, powerful thing that we witches kind of own, if you know what I mean. And if you need a recipe for black salt, just let me know. I'll be happy to do that for you. Rose petals promote love in the home. Mugwort is for protection, and it protects everything, but it protects against poisonings. And I don't know about you, but I've lived in some places where animals get poisoned and that type of thing. So this totally protects against anything like that happening. Yarrow banishes negativity, and it's an emotional wound healer. We use that in our lantern today and on our candle. It's an emotional wound healer. Wormwood removes anger, which you don't want any anger in your home. Mallow protects against evil spells, and mallow keeps the peace with your home spirits. If you've got any, you all know about my spirit doll. I know you do because you were around when I got her occupied. I want to keep the peace with her. I want her happy here, as happy as the rest of us. So this mallow it works for benevolent spirits. It makes them happy. Pine for abundance and health, and also love. And then tobacco is an offering, as is shepherd's purse. So I include those to give an offering to my deities and my ancestors to help protect my home. Sand and salt both bless the area. That's all that's in this jar. However, if you've got some things going on in your home, some, unhappiness, or the mood is not light and things have been heavy and thick and stagnant, maybe, you might want to add some sugar. I know that sounds silly, but regular old sugar. If you add the salt with the sugar, you're not going to get ants. I promise. The salt will negate that. But the sugar will keep the mood in your home light and airy and happy and full of love. You can also use brown sugar. Oh, I forgot. I have sulfur in my jar as well. Sulfur is really good for protection and keeping away things and people you don't want. I also have sulfur in there. And then I think that's all really that you would need to, add a bit of love to your home, other than rose petals, which I always include rose petals. But if you've got some arguing going on, things are tense, sugar helps. It helps a lot. So sugar in your protection jar would be amazing. So what happened was I was sitting here thinking, what am I going to do for the new year? Because I want to do something special. We're in this new home, blah, blah. And I decided a protection jar of herbs that I can spread around my property, since I've never done that in this new home. And I wanted it to cover all the bases, keep everyone inside happy, full of love, safe, including my spirit doll. She's over here. Let me show you. There she is, my little girl. It's my Victoria. She was the unhappy spirit in my last home. And the more we moved, the unhappier she got. And so I bought a doll. I invited her in. She successfully went. All the nonsense around the house stopped. And I let her know that she would be moving with us wherever we went. And she has. And she seems very happy. And she's just beautiful. Which I think our spirit deserves something beautiful. So yes, that's my spirit doll. You can add all kinds of things. If you're into herbs, if you're an apothecary, you're going to have Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, and you're going to learn all kinds of things that you can put in your protection jar. There's millions of things. When I use a protection jar, I try to use as little powder substances as possible because they're harder to spread. But if you use a scoop as you go, it's not so bad. I've learned. So I now use, like, my clove is powder form. My sage is powder form. The allspice. The ginger. I think that's it that I use for powder. Coffee, of course, is powder. Sand is powder. Salt is, well, I guess they're really not powder. They're granules, so they don't count. But at any rate, protection jar for the new year is a great idea. Gives you something to protect your home and feel safer. and stay invisible from anything negative and people who are negative, who might prowl your property for something. And if you do it right with enough intention, you have to charge your herbs. Don't forget to do that. Today we did a life coaching thing, and I didn't charge the herbs as I went. When it was over, I felt so bad because we had to enchant afterwards, and I felt really bad. And then I forgot to enchant my candle, so I had to do that later off camera. I was a little dingy. I was worried because we were running so long, and I didn't want anyone to get, bored and tired of the live. So I tried to rush, and then I forgot. And so that's why you never try to rush. You just do your thing. But anyway, try to charge your herbs as they're going in, as you're putting them in. I charge my herbs anyway. I charge all my jars, so my herbs are always enchanted to do what they do. But if you're pouring them into your hand and then dropping them, you can enchant them as you go, and that's a good thing. And then, of course, when you're done, you're going to enchant the whole jar. As you pour it around your property line, you want to do the same thing. You want to think of the things that you want out of this powder. Think of what you want. And don't forget you're leaving an offering for your guides, ancestors, and deities to help with that protection and all the good vibes you're also trying to send into that home. So when you're going around, remember that. Remember, keep in your mind, this is also for okay, I guess that's it. I just thought that was a good idea for the new year. I'm going to keep thinking of ideas, so I might be back with another video. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helps you, and I hope you do it. Most of all, I hope you do it. So have yourselves a good night. Remember, you're divine. You're sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every one of you so very much. I truly, truly do. Thank you for joining me, and have a blessed night. I'll talk to you soon.